JB Cycles here with an update on the German DAX and the Norwegian stock market. So my point today is that most markets follow the same cycles, but always in a little bit different manner, but overall the same cycles. So here we see the German DAX going back to 1988, and I have calculated and drawn the 3.5 year cycle in red. So you may pause this and have a look for yourself. And when we zoom in the last recent years, we see the previous bull market top, late 2021, happened around this yellow part of the 3.5 year cycle here in red. So this yellow part is the topping phase of the cycle, and the market may or normally will top somewhere in this interval, but it can be a little bit before or a little bit later, but that's the interval with the highest probability of a bull market top. And as you see right now in blue, we are within this interval, but it is stretching into, say, June. So, you know, this topping process could take a couple of months still from where we are now. And shorter term, I'm not going to analyze the shorter cycles for the German DAX. Here I am comparing with the S&P here in red. So the candles is the German DAX and the red line is the S&P. And you see, mostly these two markets are very much in sync. You know, there is a little slight difference here around last summer, but you see all these pullbacks and corrections, mostly they correlate very well. So the easy conclusion is the markets are following the same cycles. But you know, one market can have be exposed to more bullish sectors like tech. So the S&P dominated by tech sector, you know, was maybe stronger last summer, while the German DAX is, I don't know, industry. But they follow the same cycles. And then I would like to do an update on the Norwegian market. I've been making regularly videos on the Norwegian market, and here I show a composite of many cycles, but the dominating cycle is the 7-year cycle, which is the reason behind this strong cycle just the past 6 months. And I was very curious how the Norwegian market would behave in this very strong phase, and it was not as bullish as I expected. I thought maybe we would have some kind of escalation of war or something like that, giving us a strong oil and energy price, and that would be very bullish for the Norwegian market. However, nothing really happened. So the Norwegian market been, you know, trending up, but very choppy. So right now we see the cycles composite is kind of making a topping formation again, like the DAX, into around June. But at any time here we can switch over to a bear market. You know, this cycle's composite top could end up being a lower shoulder for the Norwegian market. So we are in the yellow caution zone, and let's see. Here I am showing the 17-week cycle for the Norwegian market, going back 5 years. So there's a pattern where every second cycle low is, well, you could call this a 34-week cycle, and then you have a sub-cycle of 17 weeks. But the sub-cycle is not always that visible. So you have a 34-week cycle low here, and then clearly here, and then another one at this point. And you see the mid-cycle lows are pretty visible and clear. A 34-week cycle low here. Then, well, probably it was this mid-cycle low, And then you get into a problem at this point, early 2023. You know, when you're doing cycles, you could be tempted to say, oh, this has to be a cycle low and this has to be a cycle low, and then you get confused and you think it's a shorter cycle than 17 weeks and you get all mixed up. But you have to ignore this. You know, this is a cycle low, and this is a cycle low, and this is a cycle low, and these mid-cycle lows are sometimes a little bit shifted out of the optimal time, but you know, this one is the tricky part. And you could treat this like, you could say this is a low and this is a low, so it's kind of a double low, and then the essence, the bigger cycle low is in the middle. You know, you could probably illustrate that by some theoretical cycles. You know, if that was a cycle, and then you have a smaller, shorter cycle like this, and then another one like this, then you know you will have a market low at this point and at this point, but not at the major cycle low. And then you get confused. You think, is the major cycle low here or is it here? No, it's in the middle. And it's probably some similar mechanism happening here. So you see, the next major cycle low is over here somewhere. That would be, I think, around May or something. And we are currently making a top in the Norwegian market. And that was what I expected from my previous video. You know, I made it right very close to the lows here. I said the market looked dangerous, and it looks like the Norwegian market is topping, but I still think we will have a last rally and breakout, and that's exactly what we got. And the next thing is, I'm expecting some kind of a breakdown. But let's zoom in, because the Norwegian market likes to follow a 6-week oscillation. And it can be bullish like this blue and purple one, or it can be more bearish like this red one. And right now we are at this point, meaning that, you know, it looks like we could have some weakness the next 3 calendar days, and then we should have another rally for another, say, 3-4, well, somewhere in this area we should have call it the final top. So this could be like an A, B down, and then C up. Well, I can draw it for you. Something like this, and then, you know, the breakdown. So I can't say exactly how the price action will be here, but I think the Norwegian market should not break down directly here this coming week. Some uncertainty the first half of the week, because the US crashed down on Friday, and then we see markets overall, maybe US will recover, and then the Norwegian market will follow. But then at this point we should start the breakdown. Yeah, I think that is summing up for the DAX and the Norwegian market. So see you in the next video.